Ha! Hi, it's me, friendly neighborhood alien friend here on the third from sun, a cow star, and I'm a little late. Uh, my partner had a doctor's appointment this morning, and we decided to go shopping right afterwards. And well, we had stuff, yeah. We didn't get home until my normal stream, my new stream time, and it's like going to get some lunch in us and get a quick shower because I had one this morning, yet today. So I was like, yeah, I'm a little late, but I'm online right now. And I'm using my AR compatible model, as you can tell by all the bouncing around, but it's a Handcam. I got a spinny wheel up first. So, what am I doing today? Let me hide this for a second. Today, I am making a puppet. I am making this. It is a simple puppet from Adam Krutinger, who is a who was a YouTuber and ran a website called Puppet Nerd. He had lots of free patterns and lots of tutorials and stuff. I'm making a puppet. There's my chat. I'm gonna pin a link to the project in my in my chat. I figure we can start with that. Pin that there. But this is the guy who's YouTube tutorials, and free patterns and stuff got me to puppet making. So kind of want to make one of these today. I don't know how far I'll get on this, but before I have to go, but I'm gonna try to get as far as possible. Let me move my keyboard here. So what I'm gonna do is it's a simple pattern, but I did not want to have to think about how I was gonna make it. So I got some categories here. Oops. So I got, fur, spin for the fur, spinning for the felt that's going to be in the mouth plate, and spinning for the eyes. I got some different kinds of ping pong balls for eyes. So we're going to be doing that. So right now, I'm going to start by spinning for the fur. And this is the furs that I have, just by my desk in vacuum bags. Let me spin my fur. Okay. There we go. So we're going to do a pink puppet. A pink puppet. Actually, where's my keyboard? I'm going to write this down. So that's why I have this up in the upper corner there. Okay. Now I'm gonna do all the. Whoops, wrong thing. No. Okay, let's do the felt for the mouse plate. Now these are various felts I have. Okay, let me write this down. And I just want to do all of this right now. I've made a few of these before. A few of these before. Okay. And these are the colors of the eyes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the pink balls. Pink. So they're going to be like Cookie Monster's eyes. Except pink. It's going to be a very weird looking puppet. But I figure if I have all of that written down right now. Okay, let me put this back and first things first, I'm going to cut my pattern out. Where's my toolbox? I know my scissors are in the toolbox. I don't have everything in the toolbox, but let's start gathering stuff together here. So I'm going to need my scissors. This isn't sweet and sour chicken. This is some ping pong balls. I got more ping pong balls in another container. I figured this would be something simple to do. Don't think I'll be able to get it done in a couple hours, but we'll try. I'm just going to throw these down there. And for the pupils, I'm going to be using googly eyes. I'm going to cut it open, and pull out the pupil. But they're jigglies. Okay. Mouth was tan. I'm calling it tan. More of a skin tone. But it's going, okay, what felts do I have? The felt for the mouth plate. And it was what, pink fur? Okay, let me get my pink fur out. Okay, so you can kind of see what I have. I'm gonna have to open up a vacuum bag, but there's the pink fur right there. Very light pink, very pale pink. But first, I am going to have to cut my pattern out. I should also get a piece of paper. No paper. Okay, I'll use this piece of cardstock. I need to increase add 5 inches to the pattern. I need to get my ruler and stuff out too. Just want to adjust one thing because my headphones were technically unplugged when I started. I have to not back on, but yeah. I think my printer's running low on black ink. This is a very simple puppet. I gotta cut 2 of this in reverse out of the fleece, or not the fleece, out of the fur. And I gotta make a mouth plate, which I also have to cut twice. Yeah, my normal prep in the morning was disrupted by having to go, but not having to, but going shopping so we didn't have to do it tomorrow. I mean, we were already out with gas prices as they are. It's easier to go today than tomorrow. I mean, it's been a good day other than, having to go grocery shopping. I dozed off while my partner was seeing their doctor. Oh, wow. You can see the difference in the whites of the white paper and this white cardstock. You really don't think about it, and then you see like two different whites together, and it's like, man, the color white varies a lot. This is gonna be kind of quiet because I want to focus on getting things cut. There we go. Hi, Crypto. I'm sorry. We're gonna be staying inside for now. He wants to go out for another trek down the sidewalk. I want to make this one a little bit longer. Is that wrong? I kind of want to make it longer, like, not that long. Let me get a ruler. Whoops. Okay, it says 5 inches. Okay, so about there should be good. Okay, where's my... Now, this is a puppet made for children. Now, this puppet design from Mr. Kruchinger, I think he intended it to be used, but done by children. I mean, a lot of his videos on puppet making, some of his videos on puppet making, are very, I would say, child friendly. Some of them are not. Some of them it's like making eyeballs out of resin. But something like this was meant. I think he designed this for kids. Unfortunately, he passed away like a year or two ago, brain cancer. Kind of sad. I really enjoyed his content, especially when making puppets. Whoops, this is only like 4 inches. Yeah. I'm kind of sad that he lost his fight with brain cancer. But at the same time, I am glad that he was able to at least get people interested in this stuff. And, he was around, even if it was for a short time. Okay, now time to cut this out. Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay. Pattern cut. I'm going to put that over there. Take care of this. And I'm going to get the stuff for the mouth plate cut out first. Okay. Figure while I'm doing this, I can get the mouth plate taken care of. This is the inside of the mouth plate. So I'm going to use craft foam because it's soft. I chose red because it was the first one I grabbed. Grab the pen. I'm going to try to keep registration marks in. I prefer using a ballpoint on this than a Sharpie. What fell? Hmm. Wait, who? I mean, of course I got a little hot glue on this. Oh, it's stuck on there pretty well. You can see dog fur on this. I had it upside down on that, so let me mark this out. I'm gonna knock this easy stuff out before I get to the fur. And I'm gonna cut this into two pieces. And then this will be gently attached, or as gently as I can, onto the felt, after I sew the puppet together. Crap. We gotta put the registration marks on. There. This is going to be the mouse plate itself. Still soft though because it's technically a kid level project, but the mouse plate right here. That's for the inside of the mouse. We'll put that over there. I need the pattern. Whoopsie. Now I'm going to use Sharpie for this. Yeah, Adam Kurtinger seemed like a nice guy. Hopefully that's enough to tell me what I'm doing. I'm gonna get my fabric scissors out. See how visible it is. Okay, I was more worried about seeing how visible this was going to be on the other side. But I'm already committed. I would say I need to be committed, but that hospital's long since been shut down. Okay. I'm gonna go put this over with the mouth plates. Okay. I'm gonna get a drink. Puppet Makin is thirsty work. Okay, put some of these tools away here. I gotta get fur out. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Oh, come on, open. Okay, it's great at sealing a bag, but it's not great at opening a bag. Okay. There, there it is. Crypto's wondering what's going on. This is the fur we have. Now, I gotta find the direction it's going. Okay. Oh boy. With all my equipment like right there, it makes it a little more difficult, but I can do this. Okay. Okay. I think this is right. Okay, with my pattern. Can I fit the entire thing here? And I gotta cut two. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna try to get it down at the bottom here. Okay. But with my camera stand, like right here, on my computer monitor right here, I don't have a lot of space to play with fabric, unfortunately. I'm gonna get a bigger Sharpie out. Yeah, I didn't know what I was gonna be doing, so I thought spinning it would be kind of fun. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut one. I'm gonna trace out this one. And I'm gonna cut it. But what I want to do is I think once I get my new VTuber room finished, one thing I'm gonna do is I am going to see if I can make my own physical spinning wheel for this kind of thing. Now, with fur, you gotta be very careful. Small cuts on the back. Try to be close to the fabric as possible. You don't want to cut the fur. I don't have too much practice with fur, but I think I have a little bit, like enough. Unfortunately, once I'm done with this fur, I am out of this fur. We got this from Joanne a few years ago, probably 2020, 2021, when I started doing my puppets. My partner and I saw the fur gonna move over here. We saw the fur, and it's like, ooh, colored fur. Let's get some colored fur because I'm into puppet making, and my partner also into puppet making, or at least into Muppets in a respect. And Muppets are bright and colorful. They're more into their dream job was more the wanting to work for like the Jim Henson Company on like the more complicated puppets, not like the Muppet puppets, but like the stuff in Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal and the like that require engineering. And what surprises me, I mean, with the whole maker culture, that the amateur engineering people and stuff like that, that there hasn't been as many nobody's taken like you know the libraries used to make the VTuber capture motion capture softwares and basically set up some kind of motion controlled puppet for streaming. I mean, you got maker culture with like all the motors and engineering knowledge out there, and you get all the programmers and stuff that could make like software that would do this, but instead of doing it to a 3D image on the screen, it would do it to a puppet. Let me just pull this out here. Now I just gotta pull it out of the fur. There's half. Where can I put this? I'm gonna put this down here on the crate. Okay. Now I gotta do it in reverse. Let me. Insert. Just want to get the registration mark in there. The Snoof is like I said, it's a very simple puppet. It's this. It's basically a sock puppet. I mean, honestly, this puppet is basically a sock puppet. Yeah, my partner wanted to do like the really complex puppets of the Dark Crystal or Labyrinth or something. Meanwhile, I'm I just want to like this kind of puppet, the Muppet style puppet where arm rods and fleece and felt and fur. The simpler stuff that's used on like Muppet Show or Sesame Street or something like that. Those are the ones that always captured my imagination. And I never really wanted to work for the Muppets, but I always wanted to have a Muppet. And I wanted to make these myself, which I have. I've got a small collection. Back over there. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this back into the bag soon. and get my thread and my needle. So when I was working on my doll a few weeks ago now, that's when I finished it. But when I was working on it, I'm like, I can't find my good needles. Well, I got these needles. I can't find my tape, my measuring tape. Well, I'll use this one that came with my little sewing kit. I found those. I found all my needles and I found my sewing kit. Or my, not my sewing kit, but my fabric tape, my flexible tape measures. So I have all that stuff again. Kind of glad of that. If I had the money, I would love to have like a little um table at like a craft market or something. Small little booth. But I'm selling I'm selling, like the weird collection of stuff, like puppets and ball jointed dolls and that kind of stuff. But I also don't want to because I feel if I do that, I can't wander around and see like, interesting stuff that other people might have. That's one of my favorite things about like, craft shows or the artist alley or the dealer's rooms at a con. It's like all the interesting stuff you can see, even if you can't afford it. Trying to waste as little fur as possible, but I'm gonna have to do a quick little cut this way so I can down there easily. I mean, maybe I'll use this stuff for another puppet at some point, or I'll use it for like hair on a puppet. Now I should be able to get, a little easier. Mark that registration mark. There. Fur flying. Yeah, it is like gorgeous and warm out today. Kind of would love to just have like a outdoor setup. Okay, that is two halves. I've got everything I need. So I'm gonna. Oh, wow. I'm gonna go put this back in the bag as I'm getting covered in pink fur. Let me see if I can get the fur off this. There we go. All that on my desk. Okay. Where's my sewing kit? Let me get my sewing kit. No, Crypto, I'm not going to drop it on you. Don't worry. He's like right to the left of me. Sleeping. Okay. I'm thinking this one because it's about the same color. Where's my needle? Where did I put my needle? I'm gonna grab these scissors too. Whoops. Oh no, they're in my toolbox. Let me get a needle threader out though. I didn't put it on my list, so I don't have it in my toolbox. Okay. 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 Now, this is a very simple volume. Gotta get it lined up here. Okay, that's the bottom. That's the top. More like this on the fur, but I'm fine with this. And make it look fun. Okay. Now, try to keep all the fur on the inside. So I'm hand sewing this. Try to keep all the fur on the inside. Did I pull out a... Oh man, I love my pins in there. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break and go grab my pins. Um, I'll be back in a quick second, so I'm not gonna do a full break, but yeah, I'm gonna mute myself and go grab my pins. Okay, there we go. I am back. Sorry, I just wanted to go grab my pins. That way I can keep everything all lined up. I forgot I needed them because my last sewing thing was that was the outfit for the ball jointed doll. So this just kind of slipped my brain. But I want to use pins to keep this together, obviously. I'm not going to do any complicated stitching. But I want to use the big pins because plus I can start making sure the fur is all kind of in there. Oh, I forgot to grab a drink. I was going to go grab a drink. Oh, I have my pins and all my sewing kit stuff in the another room. I've really got to clean out my storage closet. Like I got a fabric full of scrap or a bin full of scrap fabric that I also use the lid for mouth plates and bigger puppets. I mean, I don't do anything complex. I'm not making Big Bird. I'm better at the Grovers. I mean, I could potentially make a Big Bird with, like plans and a pattern or something. But at the same time, Big Bird is a very complex puppet in terms of just for me to make. Because you got to do the body shaping, make sure there's enough support for it. Because honestly, I'm sure Big Bird needs like a lot, just like a lot of internal structure in Big Bird. And then we get to things like Snuffleupagus. My God. Like some words I say and the captioning software doesn't quite understand it. It's like a very simple word, and then I say Snuffleupagus. Okay, that's better. But it was like perfect the first time for Snuffleupagus. See? Snuffleupagus. 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 Yeah, I get it like once or twice, but okay. Like my software is working perfectly, or as perfectly as it does. Like I said, I'm not going to do any complex stitching on this because I don't want to. I really don't want to. Mainly because I don't know any complex stitches either. I have like looked up tutorials for the Henson stitch. But I think that's something I would need to learn in person. If I could go to Jim Henson Studios and get like get taught anything by them, it would be having somebody there to teach me the Henson stitch. That's it. That's all I would want to learn from them. I think they're awesome, but that's all I want to learn from them. And I also want to play with the puppets. I want to play with the puppets. I'd want to like spend a day playing with the puppets. Learn the Henson stitch and play with puppets. That would be like amazing. So amazing. I'm gonna stream a little later than normal, more than my I have set up for my new schedule, but um, that's because we went shopping. I can make my partner something simple for lunch before they go to work. I'm gonna sew the puppet together, or sew the body together first. Then I'm gonna sew the mouth plate in. And then I am going to glue on the mouth plate, or the thicker part of the mouth plate. I like making puppets. I haven't made a puppet in a while because I haven't had any ideas for a puppet. Plus, with the closure of Joanne's, never going to get over that. I'm still sad about that. I don't know how long Joanne's has been closed. One of the things I loved doing at Joanne's, and I mean I loved doing this, is I would go like my partner is looking for some like yarn or something for a project, and I'll go like over to the fleece and look and see if any of the fleece was going, make me into a puppet. Now, unfortunately, I can't. The only store that we have in the area that sells, fabric that I could use for puppets has like no selection of fleece. And what they do have Now, what they do have is like fleece you use for it's patterned fleece. They don't just have like the flat color fleece that I like. And I really like the the flat colored fleeces. Come on, I just want to. I want to grab some thread. Gotta find the end. I mean, I always grab a little too much thread, but I'd rather have too much than too little. Okay. And my thread. I think I've had this thing of needles for like ever. Probably since like for oh God, like 20 years. Gotta have been like around, just over 20 years or so. Some of these pins I've also had for 20 years. My God. We caught. How, I would use a sewing machine, but I never really like using a sewing machine with fur. I was like, okay, when I make I have like when I'm planning out a project, that I'm going to do on camera, I make like a list of the stuff I'm going to need, materials, tools, stuff like that, and kind of look roughly what I'm going to be doing. Simple instructions if I need them. And I was prepared to use my sewing machine, but I just didn't want to. I always feel weird using a sewing machine with fur. I don't like it. I'd rather hand stitch fur. Much to the detriment of my partner. Like a number of years ago, my partner was like participating in like in their job's Halloween costume contest. They do that like every year. And the leggings that I had made had, out of fur, had fallen off. Or the fur had fallen off. The leggings were still on. We put them on yoga pants. But the fur came off because I was doing it in a rush. And I like spent all night making them too, the night before. Still embarrassed by it. I'm still embarrassed by it. Now my partner and one of their work friends usually try to plan out theme costumes. They never win. It's usually some like office person who wins. My partner works on the floor. I mean, it's definitely that kind of contest at their job is definitely like a popularity contest. My partner will put like a lot of work into their costumes. Ooh, I got one more idea. I'll start that next branch. I do have to say I like doing that kind of thing. Checking the time. I figured this was like a simple project I could do for like 1 week on the stream before hitting my next big project. Because like off on my cupboard where I have like a lot of my crafting stuff and my resin printer and stuff, I might move that. I have a whiteboard with like a list of projects I'm going to do on stream. And I have it like, oops, I have it divided up into like a repeatable project, like the Ranger keys or the drawing streams or this, or the me trying to draw streams, and then like single projects like, the ball jointed doll, which I have like right by my computer. I think it's so cool. You know, or like I got a puppet I gotta finish. Not a commission, so I'm not too worried about it. But it's like it's been sitting there for a couple of years now, or for like a year or two. Yeah, like a year or two now, and it's like I should really finish this puppet. I'm gonna do it on stream. But like I got some masks that I'm gonna be making. I got a couple more ball jointed dolls I'm gonna work on. For the big projects, and a small list of like projects that I can do between the big projects. Things that are like repeatable. I can just kind of turn my brain off, as it were, and make stuff that I know I don't need like a tutorial video or something for, like the ball jointed dolls. That was fun. I got more ball jointed dolls. The next project is finishing a puppet. It's not making a puppet, it's finishing a puppet. And even that project's not quite a finishing thing. I still need to figure out clothes for it. But I kind of want to get the face and stuff done first. Come on. There it is. Not much to talk about. We still got some flooded areas. Due to the blizzard and then the massive storms we had come through. One section of the road is still flooded between here and the next town over. I haven't even gone down by the waterfront yet to see how bad it is. It's probably not too bad. Ah! Poked myself. Don't tell me blood and sweat are going to go into this puppet. It's a snoof. This this kind of puppet does not deserve blood and sweat. I mean, if I sweat, it's only because it's so warm today. Oh my god. It's like 70 out there right now, according to the phone, and according to the car, it was like 80. But we got some grocery shopping done. Which is nice. Yeah, we got some grocery shopping done. Thankfully, it's been a quiet week up here. Even though, like yesterday, I don't know what was going on, but there was like a lot of sirens out there, even when I took Crypto out for his walk. I think he wants to go for another one, but I'm not letting him go out right now. He wants to go out for like long ones. He went out for yesterday, and it's like as far as I would let him go, and then it's like, no, I gotta go home and go pee. And there's no public restrooms between, where we are and and the house. And I don't feel like taking you into a public restroom. Not with how you like to test things out with your tongue. Three pins down, the orchid frowned, and the elf said goodbye. Hopefully, it's not going to be any excitement this weekend up here. I think we've had our fill of excitement with flooding and stuff. The local airport is still closed due to flooding on the runway, or the big commercial airport. The smaller private airport is still open. On their feet. Who couldn't be seen. Sexual. Next. X. And bleeping. Your favorite adult movie. You saw what? Or what bites Triffids? Or shoots poison and kills? Yeah, skills. Sexual. X. X. And bleeping. Your favorite adult movie. Can you caught on that flat pin? What was it? Move it over there and get it out of the way. Whoops. I get that pin out. Yeah, if I'm a little tired, I slept like crap last night. Did not get comfortable at all. Well, I guess I need a Helix mattress. Maybe I'll get the midnight look. Sorry. I've been getting annoyed by those sponsorships. It's like everybody that advertises for that mattress company, they all get the midnight look. All these different YouTubers that I watch have the same issues or have similar issues and all need the same mattress. What I need is less body pain. Like a good hot bath or something. Like a good hot bath with some Epsom salts. And a dog who doesn't hop onto the bed and start whining because he wants me to come up there and help him down. He's like right there. He's like, well, not me. I wouldn't do such a thing. Every time I go to take a bath, he hops onto the bed and is like, I can't get down. I can't get down. I can't get down. Come and help me. Till I get up and out of the bath and out of the bathroom and walk to the bed and get him so I can climb back into the bathroom with like really dirty feet and get all sorts of junk floating on in there. Like all sorts of little bits of rock or dirt or something, whatever's been tracked onto the floor. How far up am I anyways? Out of just curiosity. What should I name this? Well, I'll wait to figure out the name once I actually have this puppet yet. Okay. Oh, I'm tired. I need more sleep. I need a lot more sleep. So for lunch, what we did was we picked up this frozen pizza from the grocery store that was like a Hawaiian style, Canadian bacon, and ham, and pineapple, and like a sweet barbecue sauce instead of this traditional, instead of the pizza sauce. Oh, it was tasty. It was a thin crust one of those that's like the pizza's put like right onto a piece of cardboard and just wrapped in plastic with the label. That the better, something that's not, Jack's or Tombstone, but it's like that notch above. It was really tasty. My partner was like, "Oh, are you interested in something like this?" Because it was like, I'm not normally a ham on pizza person, but this looks good. Would you want, do you think we should get it? And it's like, yeah, it looks good because I knew a Hawaiian style pizza with, a sweet barbecue sauce instead of tomato sauce is really good because, like, God, just over 30 years ago now, I actually had one from a pizza place like that, and it was just so good. So very good. Oh my God, it was like amazing. And it's like what sold me on barbecue sauce on a pizza. What sold me on pineapple on a pizza was second grade. We were doing like, I forgot exactly what it was for, but a pizza party at the bowling alley. A bowling alley that's long gone. Long gone. I miss that bowling alley. It was like a small shopping center where the bowling alley used to be now. But we were there, for like a pizza party back in the second grade. And there was like pineapple on pizza there, like a Hawaiian style pizza there. And I thought, hmm, I think I want to try this. So I grabbed a couple slices. It was so amazing. Oh my God. It it blew my 7-year old mind away. It was just like, oh, this is amazing. I love it so much. And I've been a pineapple on pizza fan since. But I do like my pineapple with ham. My partner likes pineapple with pepperoni on a pizza. But I'm like a pineapple and ham, maybe a little bacon. Crypto buddy, I love you. I know you're bored. Wants to go out so bad. He's like, I want to go out and have fun. with a leash on and go meet new people. Oh, yesterday he was so happy. We were walking down the street, and some guy was going to their car, going to his car, and he was like a little nervous about Crypto because Crypto's an exuberant dog. He's a very exuberant little boy. I think that's the best way to say he's exuberant. But Crypto was like, I want to say hi. I want to say hi. And I'm trying to keep him under control, but his little brain has gone to pure excitement. And so I just say, yeah, he's not mean. He's just excited. And he's like, Crypto's like wagging his tail, and ears are all perked up like, yay, person. Crypto was so happy. He's so happy every time he gets out for a walk right now because, being cooped up inside all winter because I don't want to go out. It's like I need the sunlight, but I'm so bundled up I can't even get any. And now we're getting to the that nice sunny warm weather where it is like literally just get up and go out. No bundling up. Wear a t-shirt and shorts and it's like comfortable weather. That's more my speed. I mean, I can understand why some people might want winter to stay around because winter can be pretty. In summer, it's like hot and miserable, but the sunlight and once we get the leaves on the trees and it's all bright and green around here, and oh, I will be so happy. Going outside and seeing the green. Oh, I almost stretched my leg out here a bit. Oh, I should check my bike. Actually, I need to see if I need to change the tube or anything. Still haven't been out on my bike yet. Pretty far, about halfway on the back here. What's up, buddy? What? Sorry, buddy. I know you probably want to go outside for a bit. And it's sunny and warm, and you just want to go lounge in the sun, too. Oh my god. I know, buddy. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna go let my dog out. I'm gonna go let my dog out. I'll be back in a little bit. Yeah, be back in a little bit. Yeah, flip side. There we go. Got the music turned back down. Got my boy back in the house. Back to sewing this puppet. Back to sewing my Snoof. Now, I really would love to see somebody using VTuber tech and making a puppet that reacts to movement like a VTuber does. I think it could be done. No, I do not have the skills to do it. But I'm sure somebody could come up with something like that. Look at this. We got pretty far up there. I'm just gonna remove some pins. The thing is, I am having fun, just so you know. I know it really doesn't show on camera or in my voice, but this is relaxing. Not the sewing part, the fact that I'm making a puppet. I just don't want to use up all my materials right now. Oh. Oh. Here I am making a puppet. Well, puppeteering a VTuber, or at least a VTuber model. I mean, if you think about it, that's what VTubers are. Yeah, we're you know, virtual YouTubers or virtual streamers, stuff like that. But puppets, a VTuber model is just a puppet. It's a complicated computer-based puppet. And behind the camera, there's somebody puppeting it, puppeting the model, just like this thing will have a hand down, going up their body. Mm. Yeah, Jim Henson Studios. If you're watching this, if you're hearing my voice right now, I would love to come out there and learn the Henson stitch from one of your guys, and I would love to see some puppets. Honestly, I would love to see you guys. I kind of want to see a puppet play with like a professional Henson puppet, not like one of the complex puppets with the remote controls and the motors and stuff, but the stick the hand up up the torso kind of puppet. I know I wouldn't be able to teach you guys anything about puppeting, but I bet if Jim Henson was watching this, he would have loved this. I mean, at least based on the that Defunct Line series from a couple years ago, I really think Jim Henson would just love VTubing. I really think Jim Henson would have loved this. And then a VTuber on stream making a puppet. Oh, I think he would have adored this. Meanwhile, I think Walt Disney would have loved AI content generation. But Henson, oh, I think he would have loved VTubing. I mean, this is the kind of tech he was playing with before he passed away at a way too young age. I miss Jim Henson. I would love to have seen what he would create as digital technology grew and became more powerful and like, oh, I would have loved to have seen it. I think he would have come up with some amazing stuff. I really do. I wish I had the engineering knowledge to do that. Make a puppet, put it on a motorized armature of some sort, have it react to the V, the same input signals that V2 that my model's reacting to right now. That would be so cool. I could do that. But that would require me using a soldering iron, and nobody wants to see me using a soldering iron. I know that would require me using a soldering iron. I do not want to see me using a soldering iron. I would burn myself. I always burn myself every time I attempt to use a soldering iron. That's why I don't use one anymore. I mean, I almost, sometimes I get close to burning myself off of a glue gun. You don't need me using a soldering iron. Okay. I'm going to go use this as the last stitch right here. I'm just going to take this right off the needle. I'm going to keep the thread. I might use the excess. Okay, I'm going to go down. From here. Where's the end of this thread? Is that it? There it is. Okay. There's a thread. Mm, mm. There it is. There we go. Ah, nope. Don't tangle up. No, no. Is it around? I am going to finish this tonight. So even if my time limit hits, I will be finishing this up tonight. So my time limit hits, which is about 6 p.m. and I'm not done by 6. Then I'll stream later. If I am done by 6, yay. Hmm. Oh, I got like pink fur all over the place now. Okay. Take off the pin. Tuck some fur underneath. Hoping I can at least get the body done. If I had gotten the like multicolor one, I had like a dual color thing on there. I would have rolled twice to get the colors, and then I would have been like half of each color. Mm. Ow, 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 ow. Oh. Sorry, my legs are not liking this weather. Very stiff. I mean, they're liking this weather, but they're not liking this changing weather. Keep my eye on the time here. Ugh. I really need a standing desk and a standing craft table. I really need a standing desk I can turn into a standing craft table. Okay, looped around. Top. Okay, there we go. Yikes. Hate when that happens. Mm. Hurry in here. This is a PFM, a pink furry monster. Oh, oh man, that was yawn. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, I needed that. Almost. Oh, I might be able to get the muff plate. I think once I get this stitched in, though, I'll call it. There we go. At least the furry, the fur will hide my bad stitches. Look at this. Look at this. Almost a puppet. You know what? I'm gonna try to get the mouse plate in. We're gonna have to attach the eyes later. Ooh. I think I figured out the hair I wanted to do on the big puppet. That's kind of fun. You know, you're looking weird. I know that much. Okay, this is like probably gonna be like the last stitch. Well, I might be able to get another stitch out of this. Try one more stitch after this. Okay, that should be good. Okay. Time is it? Okay. I'm gonna try to get the mouse plate in. Okay, trying to line up the bottom registration mark with the stitch. Now I'm gonna do this like half at a time or quarter at a time here. I think that'll probably work best with the pins. Doesn't feel right. Try from here maybe. Let's try that. Okay, I'm gonna have to plug in the hot glue gun soon. Kind of wish I had some feathers right now. Those big craft feathers. I don't know what to call it. I think they're peacock feathers, but I'm not positive. Add a couple antenna. Okay. I'll try to get this top stitch mark with the registration mark. Are lined up with the registration mark here. I'm gonna put the second pin in. There we go. Okay, try to get as far done on this as possible. There we go. Looks so weird on the inside of a mouth. Okay. I was able to get part way through the mouth plate. Probably would have been able to get the thing complete if I started at 1. Oh well. I'll finish it later tonight. I'm just going to try to get up to the end of the seam there. So the big reveal will be coming later tonight. An idea. I don't know if that would work though. Actually, it's got a nice seam there. Okay. I think this is where I'm going to call it for now. I gotta go take care of the dogs and my partner's dinner. So I'll be back to stream more later. Probably sometime after 7:30. That's all I know. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful whatever, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Me, friendly neighborhood V2, maybe friendly neighborhood aliens stranded here on the third rock from the sun. Hikaru Star. Blah. I'm back. Back to the puppet. The puppet that I started earlier in the day. That I randomly rolled. So you guys now, as you can see, I got the rolls there. I just used wheels. Let me take this business card holder off. Here's my browser. There. I don't know if it's showing up yet. I used this to determine, I have three wheels, one for the fur, one for the mouth plate, fur, mouth plate, and then one for the eyes. I put all that up on the top of the screen there. So it's like right there. Trying to figure out how to point. This is hard. It's like right there. I've done the body. Now I'm trying to get the mouth in there, and then I gotta make the eyes. Okay. Now I'm gonna use this first to finish getting the mouth in. Oh, I should actually get the hot glue gun going too. So let me get my hot glue gun out first. These are the eyes I'm going to be using, and I'm gonna with some pins. I'm gonna be making putting the pupils from these googly eyes into the ping pong ball, which will be the eyes. I know what I'm doing. I just gotta get my hot glue gun plugged in. Because I am going to need to do some gluing soon. What? How about we stay up? Okay. We're going to be using these pins to get the eyes in there. Okay. But first things first. I want to get this piece of thread into my needle and finish sewing. Bloody. Just got half of the mouse to get sewn back, sewn in there. Let me just pin this in. Okay. My calculations are correct. This should be the piece that came from the seam connecting this new body together. Yeah, a little bit of fluff. Okay, just sew all this. I just had to take a break to help my partner get ready for work, make sure the dogs got fed, and get something quick in my stomach. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Nothing major. Maybe I'll have something more filling later, but I just wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That was the only thing really sounding good for me. Okay. Nothing really happened during between streams, so there's nothing really to talk about there. But the dogs had food, and that was about it. Thankfully quiet. Oh no, 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 no. wonder how much glue I used up on that thing. Hmm. Thinking about this. This was like, oh, well over 20 years ago now. Probably closer to 30. For Halloween, I was making a RoboCop costume. Now, mind you, this is before I knew about floor mat foam and finding like, the foam I need for cosplay. No clue. So I was just using thin craft foam to make a RoboCop costume. Multiple layers to get, to make it thicker. I didn't have any contact cement. I wasn't using contact cement. I was just probably using hot. I think I was hot using when I made it. I think I was just using hot glue because that's what I had, and that's what I knew how to use. And I'm kind of wondering, like, how much glue did I use? It did not even make it the night. I think I had to go to like resale shop and try to piece together a costume with what I could find after it fell apart. I mean, I tested it that day, so and it just kind of fell apart, and it's like, ooh, this might not be a good idea. And now here I am in a time when there are a lot of people out there making costumes with the same kind of foam, just in different thicknesses than what I had access to. Back then. I mean, I'm making costumes out of foam thicker than that. If I wanted to, I could probably very easily make a RoboCop costume with floor mat foam and a roll of EVA foam from the only craft store we have in the area, and some spray paint. Now that cosplay is like a real business. Okay. I want to put the pupils on the eyes after I have them attached to the puppet. And that way I can make sure everything's all lined up nicely and it looks nice. I just do not know how I'm going to poke the pin through. Still trying to figure that out in my head. I'm going to use a thumbtack. I think that could possibly work. Do I have anything to protect my hands? I don't need to stick a thumbtack through my hand. Almost done. Almost done. Okay. 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 Let's get these needles or these pins out. Get the mouth plates. I'm using one of these fabric glue sticks for this. Figure this should work a little better. And then I can flip this inside out or right side out. I'm keeping one glue gun for the fabric glue stick and another glue gun for the regular glue stick. harder to do it this angle, but I don't know if I want to trim. I'm not going to trim. Don't really want to make that much mess. But as you can see, you can't see the seams. Because the first hiding doll. This fur is very soft. Okay. Now, where's my pupils? Or my eyeball? Next. I just want the pupils from these googly eyes. Okay. I am going to get up and go grab a thumbtack. I will be right back. Oh, okay. Thumbtack, thumbtack. Why were thumbtack with thumbtack would I use? Thumbtack? That is a thumbtack. Okay. Okay, thumbtack. Okay. So what I'm going to do is like right about there. Just kind of push the fur back a little bit. And what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna a little hot glue right on there. Okay, my hand is gonna. This might hurt. Is it on the fabric? Okay, good. Make sure to press it down a bit. Not too hot. Okay. Do that again. Dollop of hot glue. I just don't want to stick into the mouth plate. Now I'm just using ping pong balls because they're cheap. A little uneven, but I'm not too worried. Okay. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully poke up near the top of the plastic. Okay. Okay. And now I can use this as a template. Uh-oh. Indentation. I don't know how to clear that out. Oh well. I'm not going to worry about it. I already got these eyes glued on. Give me this needle. There we go. That works. And I can use this to get a hole roughly in the exact same spot. Oh. Whew. I was trying to be careful of my fingers. Okay. I don't have any wire. Do I have my pliers in here still? Oh no. There it is. My multi-tool. Now what I'm going to do. I'll look for that in a bit. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue right there. And right there. Let that cool off for a couple seconds. Kind of creepy, isn't it? I think it's kind of creepy. Now I'm just gonna press into it a little bit now that it's cooled off a little bit. Hoping that oh come on. No, 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 no. Okay. And if it doesn't work, I'll try to clear that off. But I'm cutting off about half of this pin. Because the tack is a little thicker. Okay. Okay. Now, not to make a mess, I'm gonna get. Where's my sewing kit? I'm gonna get those scissors out. I love this little sewing kit, but it frustrates me sometimes. Okay. But I am gonna do some quick trimming around the lips. I figured I'd rather use this than like the fabric scissors or my other scissors. That way I don't ruin them. I figured the orange scissors would be a little too big. And the green scissors are my fabric scissors. I don't want to use those. Just get that fur out of the inside of the mouth. You know, I think what this needs is a tongue. I'm just going to make a quick tongue and glue it in. So, let me move some stuff around here so I can get to my mouse. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use the I'm just gonna make it something quick out of felt. So I'm gonna use that one. Okay. Where's tan? I'm gonna get rid of tan. I don't want the same color tongue. Ready, steady, Eddie. I just want to write this down. This way I know next time I do this, I have it. Okay, next. Whoops. Heads round, tails fork. fork. Okay. Okay, a yellow forked tongue. I'll put you down here for the moment. Get so I'm going to do. Where's my pattern? This will give me about the size, especially the width. This is going to be a weird looking thing. But this will give me an idea. I'm just going to eyeball. Okay. Forked tongue. I want to make it a little bigger. Not going to be exact. It does me eyeballing something. I know it's kind of a waste, but okay. Kind of want to make it a little thicker. So I'm just going to glue some felt together. Not even going to bother sewing. Glue it together. That way, he's got that little line in the middle. Not perfect. It's not artistic. No, it is artistic. Art is open to interpretation. And I'm the one making it, so my interpretation is best. I think it's good. So my interpretation is the one that matters right now. A little stiffer now, but I did not feel like trying to sew a ton. Okay, I'm gonna put the pattern back over here so I don't lose it. And I'm gonna put a quick little line. Glue right there. Hot tamale, hot tamale, hot tamale. Okay. Hope I didn't cut the fork out. Okay. Cut the little fork out. Ow. There we go. Now it's a forked banana tongue. I'll look something up here. Hmm. Hmm. Um, um, I just want to see if there's like a good. Okay, let's try inside. There, there we go. I'm just gonna look at Kermit's here, and I'm just gonna do a quick. Okay. I just felt it needed something in here, you know? I think it needs teeth too. What do you think? I think this thing needs teeth. Two teeth. Two teeth. It needs two teeth. Okay. I got any white? You got a bit of scrap foam here. Um, I need a tooth idea. Tooth idea. I need a tooth idea. Cartoon teeth. silly cartoon teeth. About how big do I want to make it? How big? Where's my ruler? Where's my ruler? I think a centimeter by a half centimeter should be fine. Now let's make it 7 millimeters. Make it 8. No, I think 1 should be good. I'm not going to go for like exact square or anything. I mean, I'm going to try to do square, but doesn't have to be perfect. And this will give me some good space to glue. I don't know how visible it's going to be, but I think that might work fine. There's the other one. There's the other one. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay, I'm actually happy with this. Okay. And I have gone, I already put the fur away, but I've gone from this to this. Okay. I think that's good. Not a hard puppet. That's why I thought I could do it tonight. Okay. I am officially calling it here, though. I am done for the night. I have a mess to clean up, but I have a puppet. I'm going to go get a picture of it to post online and do other stuff. And then I'm going to, clean up this mess. So I will be back on today's Thursday. I'll be back on Sunday, definitely, with some Sims 4. I may be back on working on the new VTuber room. I don't know. But I will be back on Sunday with Sims 4. So until then, I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.